The FBI released photos of what it's calling a person of interest in connection with the fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk at a Utah college campus Wednesday. According to Associated Press, investigators released 2 images Thursday of the person and appealed for tips to help solve the shooting of Charlie Kirk, a conservative activist and close ally of President Donald Trump who played an influential role in rallying young Republican voters. The unidentified suspect is believed to have jumped off a roof and fled into a neighborhood after firing 1 shot, authorities said Thursday. A high-powered, bolt-action rifle they believe was used in the attack was recovered, and video recordings of the person they believe was responsible are being reviewed. Kirk's assassination renews attention to escalating threats of political violence in the United States that cut across the ideological spectrum. His killing is drawing bipartisan condemnation, but a national reckoning over ways to prevent political grievances from manifesting as deadly violence appears elusive. On September 10, Charlie Kirk, a well-known American conservative and ally of U.S. President Donald Trump, was fatally shot at Utah Valley University. He was taken to hospital in critical condition, but was soon reported dead. The police have not yet been able to detain the shooter, but a member of the Democratic Party is already named among the suspects. Kirk was shot in the neck and taken to hospital in critical condition, with Trump announcing his death shortly after. Media says that Kirk was shot at a public event before hundreds of people at a Utah college campus, many of them holding up phones to record a celebrity in their midst and savvy about how to disseminate video evidence of a news event. On X, there was a video showing a direct view of Kirk being shot, his body recoiling and blood gushing from a wound. One video was a loop showing the moment of impact in slow motion, stopping before blood is seen. Another, taken from Kirk's left, included audio that suggested Kirk was talking about gun violence at the moment he was shot. Immediately after the shooting, American media reported that a man suspected of attempting to assassinate Kirk had been detained at the university. However, the New York Times soon refuted this information. The detainee was not the shooter. According to Fox News, the assassination attempt could have been carried out by Utah Democratic Party Representative Michael Mallinson, but there is no official confirmation of this version yet. Trump called Kirk a magnificent man. He first called for prayers for the politician's recovery, but then announced his death. Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or empathized with the youth of the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by everyone, especially me, and now he is no longer with us, then he said. House Speaker Mike Johnson said he would hold a moment of silence for Kirk. Political violence has become too common in American society, and we are not like that. We can resolve differences and disputes in a civilized manner, he said. At first, Kirk was not an active supporter of Trump, saying he was not his biggest fan. But he soon changed his tune. In 2016, he appeared on Fox News with Trump's son Eric and his daughter Lara. He later became known as a staunch Trump supporter, focusing on right-wing activism, and was called amazing and a special talent by the president himself. Supporters of the Democratic Party considered Kirk one of the main disseminators of conspiracy theories, and accused him of radical views. In 2020, he questioned the need to fight COVID-19 and also claimed that the election that year was stolen by Democrats. As for Ukraine, he has repeatedly criticized the U.S. military aid to the country, even cautiously arguing with Trump. Don't like the idea of arms shipments to Ukraine. It's just a difference of opinion with Trump. You know, people can disagree, Charlie Kirk said. He also accused Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky of being a CIA puppet and deliberately drawing the United States into a conflict with Russia. In a lengthy video statement released on social media late Thursday by the White House, U.S. President Donald Trump blamed rhetoric from the radical left for Kirk's assassination and said demonizing opponents must stop now. According to Associated Press, speaking from his desk in the Oval Office, Trump pledged to find everyone who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including organizations that he said funds and supports it. He called Kirk a political supporter and ally, martyr for truth and freedom, and said, "There has never been anyone who was so respected by youth." For years those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals, Trump said, speaking into a camera from his desk in the Oval Office. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory, may God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America.